What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play Corpse Party. In the last episode, we finished up the very first chapter of this game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed that intense ending, and if you haven't seen the rest of the endings, please do check out my video called Chapter 1 Alternate Endings, in which there are a couple wrong ends, nothing too crazy, but definitely still cool to see, and if you have that sort of completionist tendency, if you're a bit curious, you might find it helpful. But regardless, let's hop into Chapter 2. See what the rest of the game has to hold, or has in store for us. So we're going to view the Chapter 2 opening? Yes, of course we are, because we want to see all that the story has to offer. That sound effect, though. Whew, that should just about do it. I hate being in charge of the gym equipment. All because of that stupid co-ed meet in 2 days. Oh, it's so like heart-wrenching to have the ending of the first chapter and then all of a sudden now we're back with like Seiko and Naomi and like they're all fine. Everything's all fine and dandy. Why can't the boys class rep take care of the grunt work? Yeah. Aw, Seiko. Freaking Kishinuma. Doesn't he know what a delicate flower I am? Most I've ever had to lift before was chopsticks. He expects me to lug around a darn pommel horse? Well, excuse me, princess, but not everyone is just gonna bow down and serve you and make you, I don't know, give you a work-free life. If you know Seiko at all, you already know what this means. Naomi, that is one pretty sight. Huh? What is? That booty you got. Seiko booty. What? Yours is way cuter. Mine's all plump like a duck's. It's so funny, this kind of conversation, it totally unintentionally reveals a pretty important point about how what's considered really attractive or like desirable about a person's body is super culturally dependent. As in, Naomi's response was like, oh, but Seiko's, yours is like a lot smaller and like cuter. I mean, the translation says it's like cuter, but the actual Japanese says like, oh, yours is like a lot smaller and cuter. Whereas like in America, it's typically considered to have like a bigger butt is like more attractive. So yeah, long little tangent to say that cultural influences are pretty strong when it comes to what's considered desirable. But regardless, what are you saying? You've got what they call childbearing hips. It's a good thing. It means when you get older, you can pop out all the babies you want with the greatest of ease. What a way to put it, Seiko. What a way to put it. But I wouldn't put it past any other I wouldn't put it past any Seiko. Any Seiko. I'm actually kind of happy to hear you say that. You do have a certain motherly quality to you, Naomi. Also, something I wanted to, mention is a lot of times the characters in Japanese games will have meaning in the kanji of their names. So there's, kanji are Chinese characters borrowed by the Japanese language to replace a lot of words or certain sounds. And Seiko's in particular, it's split into 3 kanji, sei, I, and ko. And when you put them together, it essentially means like kid, like outside this world, or like a kid, that doesn't like quite fit, or like the world accepting this kid. So it just kind of like fits her sort of like spacey attitude. That said, of course, I'm still learning Japanese. That could be a misinterpretation. That's just how I would look at it. It's no wonder you're so good with kids. But of course, I'm hoping to raise 4 children one day. That would be a lively household. I would know. I'm one of 4 children. Sounds like you'll be making some lucky guy real happy. I think that's assuming every guy wants as many kids as possible. Uh-oh, I don't like this music. Oh, Corpse Party, why you do this?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Man, Corpse Party gives you this like sweet little encounter, and then of course contrasts back to the scene of the hanging. Yikes. Definitely hits home. Also, for those of you wondering, I do have some of the recordings of my original playthrough of this game. Would you guys want to see some original reactions that I could retrieve and, watch through some of my old streams and stuff? Wasn't that Nakashima's voice? And she was screaming. That doesn't sound so good, but now, Yui-sensei hype. Are we... What do I do? I can't let anything happen to my students. Yeah, I gotta protect the students. Head into the classroom. This area looks familiar. Hey, it's a nice little party. And Ayumi doesn't seem to be doing so hot. These are not the types of gulps and wheezes and such that Seiko would make at the sight of Nami's booty. This is a little different. Shinozaki, it's alright, please, calm down. But you heard it too, outside, her voice. Oh, I did. I think she's hyperventilating. You don't say, Yui-sensei. I'd give her a paper bag to breathe into, but there aren't any around. I guess all I can do is try to calm her breathing before she passes out. It probably wasn't a real voice. I'm sure it just sounded like one. Maybe it was the building settling. I'm trying to think about it now. I've been thinking about it. I forget exactly what it is about paper bags that helps with hyperventilating. I think when you hyperventilate, your blood becomes basic. Yeah, I think it's if you don't breathe enough, your blood becomes acidic, and if you hyperventilate, your blood will become basic. And so by breathing into a paper bag, you're not getting as much oxygen, which is pretty much the cause of, what's it called? The blood becoming basic. Or you're taking in the carbon dioxide you exhale, which is normally bad, but when you're hyperventilating, that's good because taking a little bit of carbon dioxide helps keep your blood slightly more acidic, which is necessary when your blood's becoming basic because you're exhaling so much. Okay, sorry, that was me being a little science nerd, but maybe it was the building settling. I'll go check it out though and see if I can figure out what it was for sure. You two stay right here, all right? Oh, she doesn't seem like she really wants you to leave, Yui-sensei. Miss Yui-sensei, wait! Don't leave us! Shinozaki-san. All the meanwhile, Kishinuma was just standing there like, It's okay, Teach. I'll keep an eye on Shinozaki. Okay. She doesn't even seem to trust him so much. Or better yet, how about I go take a look and you wait here? I mean, Yui-sensei is the adult, probably has, well, I doubt anyone really has experience with this sort of thing, but could probably process the decisions a little bit better, whereas Yoshiki could probably deal with physical threats a bit more. That said, in this sort of a situation, would you expect more physical threats or, I don't know, intellectual, mental threats? Not a chance. Until I can verify everyone's safety. I want to keep you two out of harm's way. Well, okay, I guess. Be careful, though. Oh, Ayumi. Look, she'll be fine. Jeez. Got a little more patience than that, Yoshiki. I'm counting on you, Kishinuma. I'll be back in no time. No problem. I'm actually scared. My legs are even shaking. I have no idea what's going on. My head is spinning and I can't make sense of anything. My chest hurts like my heart is encased in ice. Yikes, what a metaphor. Simile, actually. And I can't shake this dizziness or this nausea. Yikes, not a solid state to be in. But when I think about the possibility of something horrible happening to my dear students, I can feel a newfound energy welling up from within me. Hacks mode on. I feel like, if nothing else, I can at least play the part of the level-headed adult. Valor, thy name is education. I don't really like that translation, to be honest. Sounds way too cheesy. Oh, and okay, so we are controlling Yui Sensei. Let's see what's going on up here. Oh, we got a nice little purple shiny thing. It's a key, isn't it? The label on the key reads 3A. Take it. Yes, we will take it because curiosity. The ability to explore a new area. What's going on here? No teachers allowed on the 3rd floor. Yikes, that seems oddly targeted at me. And this also seems oddly familiar to the place we were just in with Seiko Naomi. Return home immediately. Those who remain here will go hungry and die of starvation. Yikes. That's not very... It's not very encouraging words, but that reminds me, poor Monet's all alone. He must be one hungry kitty by now. Daws. I am admittedly more of a dog person, but I do like cats. Little kitties are so cute. But let's see what's going on in this classroom. Classroom 2A. Anything of note? Let's take a look. A disturbingly large amount of human hair is crammed in the cabinet, filling each shelf to overflowing. Looking closely, there are an excessive number of bugs excitedly scampering all over. This sight alone is enough to make your skin crawl. Interesting, because when we were Seiko and Naomi, all the cabinets seemed to be filled with dead bugs. Maybe this is some sort of timeline indicator? I don't know. Or do I? I do know. But the door seems affixed to the wall like a model. It can't be opened. Yikes. Heavily post breaking news: serial kidnapping ends in murder. I'm going to read through this quickly. I think we read it before, maybe. Over the past month, numerous children have gone missing within the town, and authorities quickly turned to kidnapping as the most likely explanation. Now investigators have located the whereabouts of these children, and their findings are far worse than anyone could have anticipated. The bodies of the absconded youths were discovered within the Heavenly Host Elementary School building on September 18, 1973 at around 7 p.m. Authorities further revealed that a male instructor from the school was found with them, alive but near catatonic, holding a pair of bloodied scissors. Each of the corpses appeared to have had his tongue severed and remove something unique, mutilations far too grotesque, something to describe. The page is torn at this point, and the bottom half of the article is nowhere to be found. Yikes. Certainly not news Yui Sensei wants to hear. I heard something about this once before, but I never realized just how horrific an incident really was. And just like that, the door suddenly opens. Yeah, I'd be a little concerned too, Yui Sensei. But of course, we'll head on out, and we good. We Gucci. We'll keep on going, and it doesn't look like we can really move on here. Which classroom is this? Classroom 3A, the door is unlocked. Cool. Shall we enter? Of course, I could not enter, really. This looks like I think this is the room with the newspaper from before. Oh, and we got a ghosty ghost.
Yeah, Sensei. 一人でどうしたの?
Well, if it isn't the teacher. Are you all by yourself?
教室で3人で震えてるのはやめたのかい?
Decided to stop shaking and shivering with the other two back in 1A, did you?
生徒の悲鳴が聞こえたから様子を見に行くんです。
I'll have you know I heard one of my students screaming and have set out to find her.
そう。でも
I see. Regrettably.
この旧校舎はいくつもの次元が重なって存在する多重閉鎖空間だ。
That won't be possible. This school exists in a nexus where multiple dimensions overlap. It's but a single closed space in a sea of closed
同じ
spaces.
校舎にいたとしても存在する次元が違えば
In other words, even though you may be in the same school as your streaming student, you and she occupy different dimensions. I hate when people use dimensions like this. Dimensions are a different way of seeing things, or a different way in which you can experience the location you're on. For example, a bug on a tightrope only has like a one-dimensional world. You got front and back. If it could jump, it'd be two-dimensional. You got front and back, up and down. If you widen the rope, it becomes three-dimensional, and you can go front, back, side, side, up and down. I don't know how exactly you would expand it to fourth dimensional. Actually, I do. You throw in a time dimension, which is technically what our world is in, but that's a different discussion. But regardless, what he's talking about is parallel universes, or planes of existence, which is a much better description of it, not dimensions.
その者同士が出会うことはない
I'm actually really curious to see what the kanji are for Kolsha, which is what I believe is being translated as dimensions in this case, but, which means you two can never meet.
もっとも死んで死体や霊魂にでもなればあるいは
If one of you should die, perhaps your body or your spirit may move from one space to another, or
奴らのように次元間を行き来できる手段があるのかもしれないが
maybe you can find some means of traversing the planes freely, as they do. They? Who are these they?
その生徒が悲鳴を上げた場所に行ったって
Consider this fair warning. Even if you should find the exact spot from which your student's scream emanated,
会えなければあんたにできることなんて何もないよ
she herself may not be there. And if she isn't, there's not a thing you can do about it.
声が聞こえたもの
But I heard her voice.
確かにあんたの生徒らしき子たちもさっきこの学校に連れてこられたようだけど
It is true that other children who have been brought here quite recently, children who, by all appearances, are indeed your students.
ここでは時間も次元もバラバラだってさっき教えたろ
But as I suggested, time and space do not behave as you'd assume here. They're
悲
fragmented.
鳴が聞こえたってそれは今発せられた声なのか
You say you heard a scream. That scream may have taken place only a few minutes ago.
別の次元で何時間も前に上がった悲鳴なのかあるいは
Or perhaps it occurred in another space many hours
数
previous.
時間先の悲鳴なのかもわからないんだ
It may even have been an echo from the future. Who's to say?
影響し合ってはいるが必ずしも並列に動いてはいないんだよこの多重次元は
With this phenomenon as it is, it's entirely possible for two closed spaces to have some small influence on one another, even when out of sync.
だからってじっとしてなんていられませんどいて
It doesn't matter. I can't just ignore that agonizing scream and go on my merry way. Step aside. Yeah, that's got to be pretty daunting news to hear as a teacher. You're like, I care so much about my students. I want to go protect them. I want to go save them. I hear a scream of one of them. I'm going to go look out for them. And then you run into a ghost, which is pretty scary as is. And then the ghost tells you, yeah, that scream you heard, it might have already happened. It might not have not happened yet. It might not even be somewhere that you could actually find. But Yui-sensei musters up the courage and is like, get out of my way, ghost. Ain't nobody got time for that. What?
だと畜生この聖者が
Step aside. Why don't you screw off, you darn corporeal? Yes, I will. Try to censor this.
地震
An earthquake? No. No. Yui-sensei! No. No, it's just the beginning of chapter 2. Corpse Party. Alright, please. I promise I'll play really well now if you just give me Yui-sensei for the rest of the chapter.
教師なんて世の中で一番信用できない生き物だ
In all the world, the most vile, untrustworthy individuals of them all are you school teachers.
お前らは自分の保身しか頭にない
All you care about is your own well-being.
生徒の心配より 責任を取らされる自分のことが心配なだけだ。
You're not worried about your students. You're just worried about being held responsible if something should happen to them. This really hurts. No, Yui Sensei, hang in there.
そんなやつしかいないんだ。教師なんて連中はもう騙されないぞ。
You're all the same, every last one of you, and I won't be taken in by your lies anymore. It means literally to be like deceived, taken in.
生徒間の虐待を知っても面倒だからと近寄らず、学校の体裁や偏差値のためなら。
When you see a problem among your kids, you just keep your distance because you sure wouldn't want to get involved. Have to keep up appearances, right?
問題児として処理した生徒は簡単に退学にして切り捨てる。
You just pick out the problem children and chip away at them little by little until they either drop out or get expelled.
叱るんじゃなく怒る。
You're not disciplining them, you're just raging at them. That's not.
生徒のためになんて考える既得なやつは一人もいやしない。
I've never met a teacher who actually cared about her students, not once. He sounds mad, he sounds real salty though. You're wrong. それは違うぞ. Oh man, Yui Sensei, come on.
どうせあんたの生徒たちだってそのうち餓死するか悲観して自殺するか。
All your students are destined to starve to death in these god-forsaken halls if they don't succumb to depression and kill themselves
僕
first.
のようなここで死んだ霊魂になぶり殺されるしか道はないんだ。
There's no other possible outcome. They'll all die meaningless deaths, just like I did.
死ぬ時だってあんたのことなんて思い出しもしないだろうね。
And they sure won't be thinking about you when they take their final breaths. Yui Sensei's like, it's pretty difficult for me to show you that I care about my students or even argue or talk back to you with this huge closet crushing me.
何か言ってみなよ、遺言を。
Any last words, Baka? I'm sorry, but I'll be censoring some of these things with Baka. If you guys have seen my Danganronpa Let's Play, which I'm enjoying, you'll notice good old censored PG Baka version. What's his name? Kuzuryu. It's been a while.
あんたの生徒たちを殺す時に伝えてあげるから。
I'll tell them to your students as I end their miserable lives. Spare my... Come again.
みんなを助けて。
Spare my students.
だって
What was that?
たちは助けて。お願い。
Please, I don't care what happens to me. Just please spare their lives.
親でもないくせにまだ心配したふり。
They're not your children. You're not their mother. Are you really still pretending to care about them?
嘘つき。知ってるかい？ここで死ぬと死ぬ瞬間の激痛が永遠に続くんだ。
Filthy liar. Did you know when you die in this accursed place, you experience the pain you felt at the moment of your death for all of eternity?
潰されて死ぬ。想像を絶する痛みと苦しみだろうね。それがずーっと永遠に続くんだぞ。
And I'm gonna crush you to dust. The pain must be unbearable, unimaginable. And you're going to feel that pain every moment of every day, forevermore. Yui
自
Sensei.
分を助けてと言えよ。正直に。正直なら助けてやるよ。
Ask me to spare you. It's what you really want, isn't it? Be honest with me, and I'll consider sparing your life. See, there's a problem with the situation in which you ask someone for an answer, And one answer is always going to be wrong, and the other answer is going to get them killed. Yui Sensei. Spare the students! Spare the students! Don't you harm a hair on their heads, you hear me?
強情だな大人は
You are one stubborn little fuck. I know it brings down the seriousness of the situation, but no. Yui Sensei? No. Yui Sensei.
腹骨が折れてるかも。
This is excruciating. I think my rib cage is broken.
何かがすごい力で上から押さえつけてる。
It feels like someone's pushing this cabinet down on top of me with superhuman force.
意識が遠くなってきた。
I'm losing consciousness.
苦しいかいそのまま潰れて死んだら
Does it hurt? Aw, poor
着
baby.
替えるみたいな格好だね
Your corpse will look just like the dead frog on the side of the road.
みんな
Everybody
生き延びて
live. Oh,
大
Yui
好き
Sensei.
よ。
But Yui Sensei, we didn't even get to know Yui Sensei. I love you all. Oh, she really did care about the students too. Meanwhile, something was happening, but we'll find out what that something is in the next episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the start to chapter 2. We haven't even really got too far into chapter 2 yet. Still just kind of like opening the setting of the scene, but holy cow. Does this start off with a bang? Does this start off with some intense action, some intense story, some despairful story? And that's about all I got for the time being. I hope you guys are excited to see what the rest of what happens. It's a longer chapter. It's a more intense chapter than the first one. And yeah, looking forward to it. But until then, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.